Eastern Cape to Zimbabwe when it veered off the road, claiming the lives of dozens of passengers. Briefing members of the media following a cabinet meeting today, Minister in the Presidency Khumbudzo Ntshavheni said cabinet is concerned about the illicit smuggling of medicine. Alfara Moshwana has more.
The South African Health Products Regulatory Authority mandates that anyone transporting large quantities of medication must hold a valid license. Similarly, the Medicines and Related Substances Act prohibits the movement of substantial amounts of pharmaceuticals without proper authorization. Minister in the Presidency Khumbudzo Ntshavheni says government is urgently investigating the apparent smuggling of medication to Zimbabwe.
The theft of prescription medicine, in particular ARVs, also undermines the fight against an HIV-free region, because people who are using those medications, because they are not continuous, they are going to develop resistance and thus creating a problem for the fight against ARV.
Ntshavheni has also called on foreign nationals to be respectful and well-mannered following what appears to be the theft of medication from public healthcare facilities. Alpha Ramshwana, Eyewitness News, Pretoria.
Police Minister Senzo Mchunu has denied links to criminal syndicates. Mchunu is currently before Parliament's ad hoc committee probing allegations of corruption within the criminal justice system. Now he's defended himself, saying he's no criminal. The politician also took the opportunity to defend his decisions in relation to the political killings task team. He says the KZN task team was disbanded with the intention to absorb it into the murder and robbery unit. And the European Union's top court has ruled that dogs are the same as baggage. This means that airlines are not required to pay higher compensation if the animal is lost. The decision comes from a case in which a dog escaped from its pet carrier at an airport in October of 2019 and was never recovered. A partly cloudy Friday in store for Gauteng tomorrow. Johannesburg drops to an overnight low of 14 degrees, peaking at a high of 26. Pretoria 14 and 27, Vereniging 14 and 28. Monkey Ziko Ko, Eyewitness News.
EWN, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
#MSW.
You may begin to feel anxious or excited.
Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored.
High dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind and execution.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Great show as always, Darop.
Thank you, Mr. Marawa. Good show as always.
Great show as always. Thanks.
Great show as always.
Great show as always, Rob. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the wonderful show, Robert. Thank you so much. It always gives me pleasure to speak to someone who's got such an insight.
I love the introduction.
Hey, what is show, Marawa?
I don't know, maybe you are still calling Mr. Mazuputo, or maybe that does not exist.
Sure, Robbie.
Rob, hearty congratulations to Hugo Bruce and his troops for qualifying us for the World Cup next year, Rob. I must say that the old man, most of us doubted him when he came to South Africa.
Firstly, I'd like to just own up and say I was one of those who was very skeptical of Hugo Bruce when he first took up his position. But I do want to say that I'm a firm believer, a staunch believer in him, and I'm fully behind him.
Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, Gayton McKenzie.
I just video call. I don't video call men. Let me put it that way. I just video call the president out of the blue there.
Well done, well done. You're so excited. Well done.
Because people are saying that, yeah, you look like the president to some guy that's standing behind me.
Yes.
Where's the president? So I then video call the president. Lo and behold, I see him answering.
World Cup, here we come.
And the players were I'm just showing the president, I'm not speaking.
Yeah.
And he was so excited. Everyone was excited.
We are going to America.
Earn their place.
America. Bafana.
Are we going to be well equipped enough to give these boys literally everything? The only thing they have to worry about is how many goals they score.
If we don't give them everything, we are setting them up to fail. We've spoken to lots of corporates, and most of them said, let's see if they qualify, then we can have another conversation. Yeah. Now I'm saying to Rob, South Africa is not short of donor or sponsor money for sponsorship. I mean, you look at F1. we've managed to raise 2.1 billion rand. Money motivates people.
Sure.
I want to be the first one to give them money. They need a bonus.
Sawina bafana sawina. Sawina bafana sawina. Pambili ngoBruce pambili.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
All right, plenty of dramatic events that have happened today, Thursday, the 16th of October, 2025. We'll tell you about that and a whole lot more. This is Marawa Sports Worldwide, proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
Let's go!
The moments you remember. The games you can't forget. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets.
And I'm sure a lot of you are going to be making a comment about the clip that was circulating on social media with Danny Jordaan, the president of the South African Football Association, and what he said about the very same issue that myself and the minister spoke about last night. So we're still awaiting the presser that the minister did say he'll shoot off, he'll fire before the end of the day today. So we'll keep looking out for that and see what is in it and how important it is. But feel free, though, at any point during the show to give your reaction to what the president of the South African Football Association had to say. But I don't want to waste too much time. I want to head off to Limpopo because it looks like the gloves are off. The battle, though, for the soul of South African netball, it's kind of erupted into full view. So if you track back time and you go 6 months back, and after being dramatically suspended by World Netball, accused of financial misconduct and also staff intimidation, it looks like she's broken her silence earlier this afternoon. It's not a whisper. I think it's more like a roar. It was a very fiery press conference in Polokwane. The former Netball South Africa president, the very woman who led us to a Netball South Africa. If you go back to the 2023 Netball World Cup, she was there at the forefront leading us. But she's coming out guns blazing. Accusations, there's allegations. It's a defiant vow to fight back. And according to her, she says that it's like a takedown that's orchestrated by insiders, that's backed by SASCOG, and also rubber-stamped by World Netball. She's also been barred from next week's presidential elections. And she claims that her name was unlawfully struck off the federation list by SASCOG president himself, Barry Hendricks. And that is why tonight we chat to a lady we haven't spoken to in a very long time. But it's a different situation right now, though. As we try to unpack this firestorm, the politics behind it, the power plays, the woman at the center of it all is Cecilia Molekwane, joining us live from Limpopo. Madam President, good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening, Robert, and good evening to all your listeners of the Robert Marawa Show.
We can't call you the president of Netball SA, can we?
Who said I'm not? Because as far as I remember, I was elected in 2021, and I won that very clearly with about 89 votes to the person who was contesting me who got 30-something votes. So according to what I know, Netball South Africa never suspended me. I'm the president of Netball South Africa.
So when did World Netball suspend you and for what reasons?
Robert, they suspended me in April. The reasons are, I was given 3 sheets, different allegations. The first one, I was told that I misused World Cup funds. I misused them, and then I bully staff, I intimidate staff, and I offend them, I insult them, the staff and executive members. And when that happened, when I saw the letter, because I was not even aware of the letter because I was traveling from KZN, and then I was told to, it was just after the TNN launch. Then I got an SMS from the president of World Netball to say I must check my emails. On the 11th, when I check my emails, I'm told to step aside for 14 days because there are serious allegations on mismanagement of funds of 2023 Netball LOC and Netball Cup, and I bully staff and whatever. Those are the 2 things they were telling me about. Because they were talking about NSA executive and NSA staff. I said to myself, I need to talk to the lawyers of Netball South Africa, because now I cannot talk to any of these people that I mentioned here. Even if I want to engage the CEO, I want to engage the executive themselves, I can't, because they are saying they are the people that complained about me. Then I went to the lawyers. The lawyers said to them, but it's funny that this woman doesn't have access, nor does she control, nor does she have a credit card or anything of Netball South Africa that has to do with finance. There's a FinCom that sits there, that is led by the CEO and the Vice President of Netball South Africa, an accountant, and a director coaches of Netball South Africa. Those are the people that sit in the FinCom. And she says, like, it's not possible that the president can misuse any 2023 Netball World Cup funds, because she was never part of any finances there at World Netball that were done at the LOC. Then they come back after 2 days to say, no, we are not talking about the 2023 Netball World Cup funds. We're talking about NSA funds. That's where I became shocked. To say 20 NSA funds, where do you come in? In NSA funds, it's an internal matter. We've got audited financial statements every year. We open the books for 14 days, and council members can come and peruse the books for 14 days, and they can ask any question that they want to ask, and we got clean audit. And I've never, since I got to office, never got any report that is any audited financial statement that was not a clean audit. Then I said, what finances are you talking about? Then they said, no, we are not talking about the finances. We are talking about you using NSA resources excessively.
Like
and
what?
I'm like, that was the question from my lawyers to say. Then when the lawyers of Netball South Africa had to continue, they were barred from representing me. Then I had to go and look for my own lawyers. And I'm like, what is excessive? They said I slept in a hotel from 2022, 2023, 24, 24 for 157 days. And they put it as though I slept there 157 days being in a hotel, not coming in and out and whatever. And I'm like, but I stay in Polokwane. When Robert Marawa show calls me, I must sleep in Joburg in that evening, because my husband died on N1. And I cannot be driving on N1 coming home after a Robert Marawa show. I'll be risking my life. Why would I do that? And then we are sponsored by Southern Sun, by the way. I sleep on sponsored things. And whenever I sleep in a hotel, by the way, something that, Robert, I must say it out in the public, I don't like sleeping in hotels. Because I don't know who died there, who was sleeping there, what happened there. I don't like sleeping in other people's beds. But because of jobs, Bali, you'll have to do some things that you don't want to do.
Okay. Before we get to the morbid nature of hotel rooms, though, when let me understand this mismanagement of funds, because it looks like it's a shifting game that is being played. Are they saying you mismanaged the funds? Did you steal the funds? And what is the accumulative total of those funds that have gone missing?
I've never they don't talk about me stealing any money. There's nothing there. They're saying that me sleeping in a hotel amounts to this amount. Me using hired cars, it amounts to this amount. And I'm like, okay, so whose car should I use? My car. I must fly to Durban. I must fly to Cape Town. I must fly to Eastern Cape. I must fly to everywhere in the country and use my car when I get there. Or should I get a car that I should use and use it for NSA things? Because at the time, Netball South Africa never had a sponsor of cars. You know, we've got a Renault sponsor at NSA now.
Yeah, I remember the launch that was happening here.
Yes.
But with regards to that, though, from these 157 days, are you able to say, though, that you can account for those 157 days, that with the financial audits and the statements that have come through, they would have okayed them?
Look, Robert, let's be clear here. When I go to any hotel and I sleep at any hotel, I'm doing NSA duties. I'm not doing anything personal, and there's nothing for me to do personal, because I'm there to do my job, and I'm doing the job that I'm doing. And remember, I'm approved by the CEO. I don't do these things on my own. I phone to say I've got, my PA will phone to say there's this invitation, Ma, there's this happening, because they call me Ma. The respect they give me. There's this invitation, Ma. You are invited here. We are booking you here, and this is what is happening. This is your bookings and whatever. The CEO must approve that. And like my former CEO, like I said in the press conference, my former CEO, when there's a problem in finances or whatever, she will inform me and tell me, President, can we cut on 7, 8, 9? So if I'm not informed, I'll never know if that. And I had a cash flow sheet every month. We had, all of us as executive members, of seeing how much did we spend and how much can we spend. Anyway, let me not even get into that, because if there are audited financial statements that the auditors have approved and passed those things and give us a clean audit, why am I questioned about things of 2022, 2023, 2024, in 2025 in an elective year? Why in an elective year?
Who are the people then that have gone to World Netball on issues that have to do with a national netball association, jumped all the hoops? And is that why you are saying now, when you're using the name and you're saying that Sanskog President Barry Hendricks, I mean, he played a role in all of this? I mean, are you sure? Have you got proof? Are you able to put that on the table?
I'm not. I don't think I said he played a role. I said he was informed of what is happening. And he called me to say to me, I must be aside and let the rules be done. But what surprised me about him, he never called, he never asked me what are the allegations. Because I think if he could have asked me what are the allegations, I would have told him that I'm accused of these two things that are making me to say, because after the accusation I was told I must not do any netball activity, and if I do that, World Netball will suspend Netball South Africa from all the activity. They will suspend Netball South Africa or expel Netball South Africa from World Netball and from all activities. I was looking at the issue of the young ones going to Gibraltar. And I said, as I did in 2021, when this thing happened, Robert, this is deja vu, by the way. This thing happened again in 2021 when I was made to step aside for 35 rands. And because I wanted to save the World Cup at the time, because I didn't want these issues, because I knew that New Zealand was ready to host if we have these internal issues and whatever. And whoever was doing that knew that if I react, World Netball will take this thing and will give New Zealand this hosting rights, because to say, solve your internal matters, do whatever, we are taking this because we don't want this, we are hosting. I had to be quiet. But I cannot be quiet anymore, because right now it's like I'm protecting the whistleblowers. I'm not going to protect people who are lying. I'm not going to protect people who are taking information of the Netball South Africa Council to World Netball, jumping everybody else in the country, undermining all the laws we have in the country, and going to World Netball. I mean, we've got Council of Netball South Africa. If you've got issues with the president, you can go to council and report. The council will recommend. Actually, you even go to the executive, because they say NSA executive members. So it means whistleblowers are within the executive of Netball South Africa. If they say NSA executive members and NSA staff. So it means it's within Netball South Africa executive and within the staff. So if it's like that, you sit in an executive like we did when I was accused. Remember, Robert, you can remember when I was accused of being a racist in 2019.
Correct.
I was accused of being a racist. We took the matter to council and said, council members, what do we do? They said, no, we are appointing an external investigator, an independent one to do investigations on this president. And if we find you guilty, we have to deal with you. And we have to take you to the DC and deal with the matter. Because that's procedure. You go to council, you report to council, council decides whether they want to go to, to a DC. And if they're not happy with the DC, there's an appeal. And all these committees I'm talking about, Robert, they're independent, qualified lawyers and attorneys. Some of them are admitted attorneys, and some of them are judges in a court of law.
Who's Angela Anderson?
She's a former employee of Netball. She resigned at World Netball, but she was kept for this case.
For what purpose?
She resigned. I don't know.
Does she play a big role? Who signed the letter that you got from Netball or World Netball?
She signed it. She signed the letter of my suspension. Not even the World Netball president signed it.
But is it a legit letter, though? I mean, how is it that the president of World Netball doesn't probably even know? Have you spoken to the president of World Netball or not?
The president of World Netball sent me a message. Maybe let me say this again, to say check your emails. After that, she never said anything to me.
But that is very bizarre.
No, I'm telling the truth. I've got the WhatsApp to prove that.
No, I'm not doubting that about what you're saying. I'm just saying that that's a very bizarre turn of events. But has there been a presentation of an investigation? Because you can't remain suspended forever.
You know what they said? They gave me an investigation report to say this is what they've investigated. And I think if you talking about allegations, every person must be given the right to respond. I was never given the right to respond to those two allegations I'm talking about.
Who investigated at that time?
It is people in Europe, in World Netball.
And
there's no one in South Africa.
What access do they have to, let's say, documentation that comes from Southern Sun to say maybe you overstayed your welcome?
I love that question. Okay. Southern Sun was called by World Netball.
Hold that thought. Sorry, hold that thought. I wasn't looking at the time. I need to take a quick break. We'll come back with the Southern Sun aspect because, like I'm saying, this sounds very, very bizarre.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time. #MSW.
It's time to make your ballsiest move yet. The Holla Daredevil Run is back. Join thousands of brave men running in purple Speedos to raise awareness for testicular and prostate cancer. Run with us at Zoo Lake in Joburg on Friday, 31 October. Enter now at ticketpro.co.za to run or donate on backabuddy.co.za to show your support. Be brave. Be a daredevil.
Buy a new cherry, get that loot in your boot. Driving home merry, get that loot in your boot. Pull up at the school, get that loot in your boot. Chillin', feeling cool, get that loot in your boot. Yeah, we've shipped 5 million cherries, and to celebrate, we're giving you a chance to get that loot in your boot. Buy any new cherry vehicle between October and December, and you could win $1 million. Yep, 1 million rand. That's a lot of loot in your boot. T's and C's apply. Cherry, live for more.
Dlala Madluli, coach. The games are out. Who are you betting on?
Dlala Madlamin, top player. On Sports Stake 4, I'm going with the strongest defense.
Nice one, coach. But I'm going with the goals.
What's that, Coach Amanda? Now it's up to the fans to dala or rather dlala what they must. Dlalu 4.
Sports Stake 4 for only R2. Pick win, lose or draw for 4 games and you could win. Play at any participating National Lottery retailer. Be enjoy a game. Panda, push up, play. Players must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. Ituba is the proud operator of the National Lottery.
Mzansi, it's time to bring your flavor to the world. MasterChef South Africa is a new home on ETV and entries are open. From Shisanyama to Sunday course, Bani Chow to Popoti. If your dish tells a South African story, we want it on the MasterChef table. It's your chance to cook with passion and show off the taste of our nation. Enter now at masterchefsa.tv. That's MasterChef South Africa. Now on ETV, where Mzansi's next kitchen star will rise.
South Africa, are you ready to switch up your life? Switch Energy Drink is giving you the chance to win one of 20 brand new Omoda C7s and your share of 20 million rand in prizes. Smartphones, cash, shopping vouchers, airtime, and data all up for grabs. Buy a Switch, dial *120*440#. Follow the prompts on screen, enter the unique code under the tab of your can, and you could be our next big winner. Go get your hands on a can and switch up your life. T's and C's apply.
Summer's calling. You can feel it in the air. But your best summer, it doesn't start out there. It starts inside Virgin Active, where you bliss out in Reformer and sweat it out in the sauna, where you find community in Lift Club and get your me time with Kids Club. With unlimited classes, expert support, and weekly rewards, start your best summer inside with 20% off your membership for a year. Visit your nearest club or join online at virginactive.co.za. Everything you need is inside. T's and C's apply.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Bafana! 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 Bafana!
Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, Gayton McKen's administrative bungle that almost cost us a place then. Would you want to still see the person responsible for that go to the World Cup? Because that's a major, major problem.
Now, if we don't take action, what lessons would we have learned from what has happened? The coach said, no, leave this issue. I'm not going to leave the issue. The letter is going to, I think is out already. It's going to FIFA and to CAF to inform them about our action. How do we know that somebody was not paid to do that? This matter will not be swept under the carpet.
Well, we are going to the World Cup, so the matter is closed. We are not interested in the matter. We are going to the World Cup. We've qualified, and that's where we go. We are not going to dwell on what is behind us. Is behind us.
This matter will not be swept under the carpet.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW.
This is a joke. Honestly. Good Lord. What's happening? What's happening?
Well, that's the big question. What is happening? If you're just joining the show, this is hashtag MSW. Marawa Sports Worldwide chatting to Netball SA President Cecilia Molokwane, who is still suspended. And obviously, we're trying to figure out what is the way forward, who is behind what, and hopefully, yeah, you can give us your reaction though, 011-883-8947, or otherwise send us a WhatsApp voice note, 060-708-0484. What sense does this all make?
Good evening, Mr. Rob. It's Sulufalang here, and good evening to MSW Shoulders. And good evening to Madam President there in studio. Hearing everything that she is saying, you trying to, give an opportunity to respond to the allegations and, the suspension by World Netball. I think some way, somehow, somebody is being dishonest. And I just think that there needs to be an investigation. Both parties need to be given an opportunity to respond. And at the end of the day, the truth needs to be revealed. Is the dishonesty coming from Madam Cecilia Molokwane, or is the dishonesty coming from the end of a World Netball? So there's two sides to every coin, disappointing as it is. And I do feel for Madam Cecilia because, under her reign, World Netball has been on the rise and to see her go through everything that she's going through, being suspended, I just think that she should be given the opportunity to know what is going on and also know the way forward. Great as always. Thanks.
Falang, thank you so much indeed. Any reaction to that, Cecilia?
I think it's quite correct. As I said, I should have been given the right to respond to the allegations, which I was never given the right to respond, because it's like the World Netball is protecting the whistleblowers more than me. And whereas I was a board member at World Netball. By the way, I resigned yesterday in the evening because I felt I'm not protected here, and why should I be here? And it doesn't serve me. I rather serve in my own country, serve in my own continent, and change a life of a boy and a girl's child's life, and change netball and do what I have been doing best. Because to me, it's if I'm not protected, like I feel like SASCO never protected me in this matter. And why I'm going back there to say, even the president of SASCO removed me from the president's list without even talking to me, without telling me why he removed me. To me, this is premeditated results. To me, it's like I don't know, but my opinion and my sense is telling me that he knows what the results will be. Because how do you remove me on a president's, list, not saying to me, I'm removing you because of 7, 8, 9, and I want to understand it. And I was like, you remove me from this. That means you know more than I know. But anyway, I didn't even, engage or do whatever. I was just shocked. And then when I realized that he is being CC'd in every correspondence that is sent to me by World Netball, I start asking myself to say, why is SASCO not protecting, not even me as a person, but Netball South Africa, to say, we've got internal processes here in this country. We've got laws in this country. And when I'm talking about laws, I'll go back to your issue of Southern Sun.
Sure.
I mean, the documents that I've got from World Netball, when they showed me I slept on the hotel on this day, and which I can, Robert, I'm one person who likes posting, and I think I want to thank God and whoever made me like posting, because wherever I do in netball, I post. So I know that on this day, that day, whatever date, and when I say to them, pinpoint the dates They cannot even pinpoint the dates. They just say 157 days. As though I slept there for 167 days and not going home, and which is not possible. I mean, I've got an 8-year-old kid. It's not possible because I do in and out. Sometimes you look for me to say, and I'm saying I'm not available because I'll be in Polokwane. We're in my house where I am right now because I won't be available to do those things. Then I asked myself, and in the preliminary hearing of jurisdiction, which was there, I was like, guys, do you know where I stay? Do you know South Africa? Do you know the vastness and the landscape of South Africa? When I talk about 52 districts, which I think, and I know all the 52 districts. Remember, Robert, I did the trophy tour.
Sure.
And in all that they're talking about is within the period of the trophy tour and the World Cup. So how do you accuse me of sleeping in hotels as promoting the sport? Because the roles of the president of Netball South Africa includes promoting the sport, developing the sport, and growing the sport. I don't think I can do that sitting at my house. I don't think I can do that.
So is this a smear campaign? And if it is, what happens then to the elections?
It's a smear campaign of not letting me campaign. And I can see that is deja vu. By the way, the things that they're accusing me of are 12s and whatever, I need the country to know that there was somebody in netball who took me to court, to a high court, to say I'm sleeping in hotels, I'm using hired cars. That thing was dismissed in the High Court of Pretoria with costs to the person.
Who took you to the court?
There's this person, I think because of Poppy Act, I cannot talk, but it was one of the council members from a district in eThekwini from a province called KZN.
It can't be protected because court documents are public documents and accessible as well. So if somebody takes you there, that is already public knowledge. Anybody can go and access them.
I think until it's presented to Netball South Africa Council, because it was not presented, because it came just before I got suspended. So the time it's presented, I can tell you the name, because yes, you're correct. Once it's in the court, it's done that. So, but it has to be gone through the process. I love processes because I'm the person that says, I preach it because I always say, don't preach what you cannot practice. So, I always say that.
So postponement is an option, but then it doesn't look like it's an option right now because the numbers don't favor a postponement of the elections.
I think I know, I was informed that an NSA council members asked for postponement of elections, and they asked for the SGM to say they want to, discuss this thing on the 24th to say what is going on, what is our way forward, and how do we deal with these things. I think the people that can do that, remember, the power lies within the council as the highest decision-making body of Netball South Africa. They've got the powers, by the way, to postpone those elections if they see that things did not go the right way, that they should have gone the right way. And I hear that I'm not eligible to stand, and I'm like, the Constitution of Netball South Africa is clear on what kind of a person is eligible to stand to be there. And when you say I cannot stand, it means you've already, judged me and got me guilty, because in South Africa, Robert, on the MSW show, you must tell me if I'm telling lies. In this country, you are innocent until you are proven guilty. So what will you be barring me from? Because I'm still an innocent person here who needs to be given a hearing. By the way, I've never gone to a hearing in 6 months. This is 6 months.
So you're sitting suspended, no hearing, no nothing.
Yes.
You're not going to be allowed to stand for an election, which is happening this weekend. You're going to be watching from the sidelines. So,
unfortunately, I'm not going to be watching from the sidelines.
What are you going to do?
I was elected by the Council of Netball South Africa. I'm going to go there. I was stepping aside for the youth girls to do that, and they must take the decision, because a person, an individual cannot tell me that I cannot stand when the Constitution of Netball South Africa is clear. And the Constitution of this country is also clear you are innocent until you are proven guilty. So I cannot dwell with laws of other countries when I'm in South Africa. Then there will be something wrong with my mind.
Do you believe that you've got the support, though? If you are standing, do you believe that you'll have the numbers, and if they favor you, you continue as a president?
I want to believe that I've got the support. If I didn't have the support, I don't think I would have been a threat to people to take me to World Netball, to make sure that I'm barred from the elections. Because the only thing is, why do you do it in 2025, the year of elections? Why not 2024? Because you're talking about 2024 things. Why not 2023? Because you're talking about 2023 things. Why not 2022? Because you're talking about 2022 things. The aim was, why did you do it this year? So as I don't get the opportunity to contest. Let's be fair and let these elections be free and fair. Because to me, they will never be free and fair if I'm not given the opportunity to go and contest. And I am being barred from contesting because of faithless people, because those whistleblowers, according to me, and the way they are protected at World Netball level, they are faithless. So when they are faithless, until we got the names, because people had to write statements, because we had to answer to those statements with my team when we were doing some of the things. We had to answer with my legal team. So now I know who are the people. And some of the people are within Netball South Africa, yes. That's why it said Netball South Africa Executive, because some of the executive members are part of those whistleblowers.
No.
And some of the staff members are part of those whistleblowers. And I want to know that the Council of Netball South Africa, will they let now the whistleblowers contest if they are on the ballot paper?
But what are they blowing what are they blowing the whistle on? You know, people blow a whistle on something, and then there is an investigation. I mean, we sit here now. You know, there's an ad hoc committee that's happening in Parliament. It is on the basis of whistleblowers. It's based on what happened on the 6th of July. And it so unravels and unravels and unravels. But all of that is brought forward. You can't sit for 7 months being suspended, doing nothing, no investigation. You haven't been called to account for anything. You can't hold and be part of the election. So let me look at the hierarchy. You've been the president of Netball South Africa. They would be and should be a deputy president, I would assume. Has that deputy president of Netball South Africa ever given you a call, checked up on you, wondered, hey, Madam President, what's the next step?
Never. She never did that.
Ever? Since you were suspended?
No ways. The vice president of Netball South Africa never gave me a call. Not even a single moment. Actually, the people that gave me a call was the CEO, was the directors. They gave me a call, and after that, I believe they were barred from calling me, because when I tried to call them, one said to me, "We are not allowed to talk to you," because they said if we talk to you, they will expel Netball South Africa from World Netball.
But who was
and
saying
I stopped
that?
Talking to them.
Because those
One
are
of the
threats
directors,
against your constitution. You can't not phone people.
No. One of the directors told me that they were told that World Netball said they must not talk to me. That's why she didn't talk to me.
World Netball doesn't form part of SA constitutional rights. World Netball is World Netball. So you can't just wake up one day and bar people from talking to each other, which is very bizarre. It's bizarre that the vice president hasn't spoken to you, because you would want to know, okay, you have this strategy, there's this document, where can I access this, Madam President? Up until such time as you are cleared of whatever wrongdoings, then, the association can continue. Otherwise, it becomes what we call a fiefdom, so you protect your own, you control your own, and you try and move in a different direction personally. It's not about serving the interests of South African netball.
I don't think there was any interest of saving South African netball, because if the minister can take his phone and call me and ask me to say, President, what is happening? Why didn't the vice president do that? If the deputy minister can do that also, why didn't the vice president do that? Even Barry Hendricks, even though he'd called me, not telling me, that he's supporting what he was telling me, no, step down, let the process go down. At least he gave me a call. The MEC of sport in this province called me to ask me, and not even called me. make me physically to say what is happening, what are we talking about? You know, MEC Jerry Maseko said that to me to say, what is going on? Tell me, President, let's understand what. And I said to him, when we get the allegations and whatever, we'll give them to you, but this is where we are at. Other MECs of other provinces called me and asked me what is going on, because netball is within our sports that we are dealing here. Sponsors, Robert, sponsors of Netball South Africa called me. Sponsors called me. The vice president
obviously
never called me.
They should be very worried, Cecilia, because there are sponsors that have lined up now who sponsor netball. You've got television airtime. There's such an interest and a growth in netball to a level that we can't even explain. But I've only got 30 seconds. Would you, because you are allowed to use the ambit of the law in South Africa, would you go and apply and send an urgent application, maybe to the High Court, to halt these elections from going ahead?
I don't want to go through that route. I want to go to the elections of Netball South Africa. I want to go to council as elected by people of Netball South Africa. I want them to guide me, because this thing of taking each other to court and doing this, that is the money that we should be using for players. Like the 300,000, invoice that I had that was running out from World Netball on legal fees on this issue of my hearing. Remember, there's 300 and something invoice that was flying. Mm-hmm. And we're asking ourselves, where does this come from? Because I pay my own lawyers. So why would World Netball invoice Netball South Africa? That's the question I'll leave you with.
Yeah, all right. Thanks so much, Cecilia Molokwande. All the best of luck, and thank you so much indeed for chatting to us.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Oh, I mean, such a storm, guys. I don't know. I've seen netball in South Africa just flourish. Obviously, there's always politics behind the scenes, but then should it be so blatant? So if World Netball says, or the president says, hey, check, you got something in your inbox, and that's the last bit of communication ever, then it's difficult to unearth the pieces or the evidence moving forward. So what should us as South Africans do while all of these internal wranglings continue?
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.
The joy of what if we just let it go to voicemail. The joy of what if we skipped the flight for a front row seat to the open road. The joy of what if the wrong turn took us the right way. The joy of what if we didn't share this view and kept it our secret. The joy of what if not being there yet was the best part. Choose the joy of what if with BMW.
Ask yourself, what matters most?
I just want to be there when she takes her first steps.
And still be around for her first dance.
It's knowing I'm not just covered, I'm cared for.
It's having the strength to say I'm back.
It's just knowing Mom will be okay.
It's coming home.
Bonitas goes beyond benefits and claims. Bonitas, medical aid for South Africa. Voted #1 medical aid in the Ask Africa Orange Index Awards for the second year running. Visit bonitas.co.za and find your plan.
Dlala Madluli, coach. The games are out. Who are you betting on?
Dlala Madlamin, top player. On Sports Stake 4, I'm going with the strongest defense.
Nice one, coach. But I'm going with the goals.
What's that, Coach Amanda? Now it's up to the fans to Dala, or rather Dlala what they must. Dlalu 4.
Sports Stake 4 for only R2. Pick, win, lose or draw for 4 games and you could win. Play at any participating National Lottery retailer. Be a game. Panda, push up, play. Players must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. Ituba is the proud operator of the National Lottery.
Go bigger. Be bolder. With the new Huawei Nova 14i. Do more, see more, and never miss a beat with a massive 7,000 milliamps battery. Your world supersized. A 6.95-inch display with ultra-thin bezels lets you see more of the content you love. Get yours now from just 329 Rand over 36 months or from 5,999 Rand at selected retailers and enjoy exclusive benefits worth over 2,700 Rand. T's and C's apply.
You work hard for your business. Why work even harder to fund it?
At Lula, we've streamlined our funding process by cutting down paperwork and eliminating collateral to give you up to 5 million rand in as little as 24 hours. To us, it's not just about fast funding. It's about offering a business class experience to the people that build South Africa, one transaction at a time. Apply today and experience business class banking and funding at lula.co.za.
If this ad caught your ear, imagine what Primedia can do for your business. With South Africa's leading media company, your message reaches the right audiences across radio, digital audio, video, and display. The Prime Impact Sales event is coming to Joburg 3 to 7 November and Cape Town 10 to 13 November. Register today for a free demo commercial, a custom campaign, and unbeatable annual partnerships. Seats are limited. Secure yours now at primeimpact.co.za.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
And what I need from them, no favors. No favors.
Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, Gayton McKenzie.
Nigeria. I hear people are saying Nigeria did us a favor. No, they didn't. Nigeria did nothing for us. Lesotho, after this mishap happened, blunder.
It's a blunder.
Yeah.
It's a disgrace.
Nigeria and Benin, they together cooked the pot to say we can't let this matter go. We were then, 3 points were docked from us. They were celebrating. I want to make it very clear, I wish for them not to qualify. I just want to make that one clear. They tried, I knew what they did behind the scenes. They don't like us, we don't like them. And that's soccer and it's not personal.
Yeah.
It's like Chiefs and Pirates.
And what I need from them, no favors.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW.
Hi, Mr. Marawa and the team. My question to the former president or current president is that since she's accused of financial mismanagement, but that one, why can't she provide evidence? Because when someone or if someone accuses you of financial mismanagement, you can provide your own evidence or you can provide your own forensic. So why can't she do that, or why can't you do that, David in Parkwood?
Thank you so much, David. That conversation with Cecilia Molokwane is going to be interesting to see which way it goes. But right now, there's only one direction we're heading to. That's to KZN. The winds of change kind of sweeping through Durban City Football Club. There's a technical director chapter that's been shut. The headlines have been kind of ablaze these days. Speculation, tension, transition. And just days ago, the club confirmed the departure of a man who's no stranger, if you think a bit of South African football drama. He's a former Kaizer Chiefs coach, Ernest Middendorp. So what happens with the 3-month contract? It's done, it's dusted. But was it just like a handshake? Was it like a, hey, goodbye? Or was there something beneath that surface? And what sort of reported friction between Middendorp and head coach Gavin Hunt? Or was it just mere speculation? Was there tactical tension? Was there philosophical fallout? Or was it just simply the grind of elite football? Let's cut through all of the noise. Let's bring some clarity. Farouk Kadodia is the chairman of Durban City, and he joins us live from KZN. Mr. Chair, thank you so much for your time. Good evening.
Good evening to you, Robert, and all listeners. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Always good to have you on the line. It's confirmed. Ernest Middendorp's departure. Is that the end?
Look, I think, this thing can be very broad-based. At the outset, when we were promoted and we needed to assemble a squad, Hello?
Yeah, I lost you there. You were saying as you were assembling the squad?
Yeah. The idea came around of bringing Ernst as a technical director, based on the consideration that the team was newly promoted. We need to put structures in place. I worked with Ernst for a number of years in the past, and I needed him to come and set up structures, screen players out. When you're forming assembling a new team, there are challenges when you build up a squad. Players that probably are free, but they haven't played for the last 10 months. They could have played 2 or 3 games, etc. But, at the end of the day, we needed the space and to see exactly how we can assemble this team and give the head coach, Gavin, all the support, together with assembling the multi-choice Diski team. So I think in the 3 months, all the work that Earth was mandated was accomplished and well achieved. The fear was always been, and I think I heard it on your radio station at one stage also, that you got two big frames working in one under one roof, and how will it work, And the reality is that Ernst gave Gavin all the space. He didn't want to interfere in the main team. And, you always hear this issues of the head coach and technical director issues. And we always manage that situation well. At the time of the work, both Gavin and Ernst, they respected each other in their own field. And I did not basically allow a situation where they'll cross each other's path. So I think everything went well. As the 3 months came to an end, the question was now exactly what's left now to continue. And the only thing left to continue was, if there was any work to be done, had to be basically interaction in the main team. And I personally felt that, there was no need for us now to put pressure on Gavin at that stage, or even Ernst, to see exactly how we can go forward. Gavin was getting the results for us. Ernst felt that, in the best of interest, that he does not extend the 3 months. So we did not put pressure on him either also.
Does that look like or feel like unfinished business, though? Because you and I know when it comes to football, putting structures together, and especially a newborn baby like Durban City, you probably needed more time than most. And maybe it's down to the acumen, tactically and otherwise, of an experienced coach like Gavin Hunt, that you sit pretty comfortably after, 9 games in 4th position, because other teams would struggle and try and navigate their way through. The recruitment would be a bit of a problem, though. Moving forward, do you see this as a gap to fill, or would you allow Gavin to continue without filling in the gap that Ernest now leaves?
Look, I'm not going to rush into any situation. I'm going to make Gavin as comfortable as possible. The points on the board, we've got to respect that. I always believe, and I tell Gavin and the entire technical team, that it's building blocks that we need to continue. And we're not going to get carried away by the points that we are. We know exactly there's a lot of hard work still left, but a lot of this work lies on the shoulders of Gavin right now.
But how much pressure then do you put in? Because sometimes, and some of us listen with like one of those beady ears, and we want to hear a little bit more about what is being said in post-match interviews. Do you feel at times that you put too much pressure on coaches? Do you feel that sometimes maybe you're just being a typical chairman that wants to do the best that he can for a club, or are you being reasonable?
Look, my job is to support the head coach of the day. And in so far as offering the best players that we can afford according to our budget, we need on a day-to-day basis to see exactly what support, other than the training ground, that we can offer the team and the head coach. And, the head coach's job, unfortunately, is determined by performance and the points on the board. And, even whatever shortcomings we are with Gavin, we have engaged a performance coach that basically, collates all the various portfolios as far as the analysis and whatever preparation that the head coach needs. So, yes, the thing is that we looked at the situation of Gavin on appointment, and we realized that we also needed that position of a performance coach. So that is a huge help also to Gavin.
So performance coach, definitely. I think any modern club needs that, and it's a great thing that you're evolving in terms of that. But, technical director, is that something you need right now? Or do you want to find your way? Maybe give yourself a couple of seasons and see which direction you're going, and then maybe look at that option?
I think right now there's no pressure to replace Ernst in that situation. I think the important thing for us now is to stabilize, excel in the season, maintain a lot of the players that we've assembled, and then once we broaden our academy and unveil teams in the structures of under 17 and under 15, then probably there could be an opportunity for an integration.
results so far, what's the scorecard looking for you in terms of your bigger vision, your broader vision, and in terms of what you wanted to achieve with Durban City?
Look, I think right now, the important thing when we assemble this team, I think everybody has got this notion that teams that get promoted from the NFD, they are NFD players, you know. And I think jointly, we screened the team very well as far as retaining a lot of the players that did well last season. And I think, you know, we had a foundation that helped us a lot. And today, you know, if you see our matchday squad, there's at least 5 or 6 players from the last year team that's in the first 11. And for me, I think, you know, that is the biggest strength that we have. So basically, I think right now, the players that we brought in also, I think they all are performing well. We just need to get the results and take the results because, you know, when the team is winning, everything goes well. You need to go through a bad spell and then all the problems come. But right now, we're not looking backwards.
Have you used this FIFA break intentionally, or have you just allowed the wheels to spin? Because, my goodness, you know, sometimes coaches lament the fact that after a very good run, and you had a great game. I remember that extra time showing Taba scoring a hat-trick and beating Bulugwane 4-1 in a cup match. That is something to savor. Was that an indicator of more positive things to come? Have you made any major changes within this FIFA week?
No, look, I don't think there was a need for changes, but the pressure was to keep the momentum from where we left off. You know, we had the previous FIFA break. We came after losing our first game against Sekekuna. And, you know, we realized exactly that, listen, we out to correct all the mistakes that we made. Thus far of 9 games, we lost 2 games. But again, the thing is that we're not just accepting those kind of performances. The reality is that we understand there are going to be some bumpy rides that football offers. But right now, I firmly believe that the momentum in the team is important, and to keep the team spirit, which is important. And the belief is always there. Players know exactly that what I, as chairman, expect from them, the board, what the board wants from them. And the reality is that we just need to keep a small bunch, that we have a squad of probably 23 players, that we want to keep them happy and to keep this team morale happy.
All right, talking about happy, Mr. Chairman, it's a big derby this coming weekend. Maybe just a final parting shot from you. KZN derbies, Durban derbies are always something to savor. What are you looking forward to the most against AmaZulu?
Well, look, derbies are always unpredictable. They have that intensity that it produces. I'm very confident that the team will pitch up and rise to the occasion. And we want the derby spirit for the fans to enjoy that, you know, the game at the end of the day. We want that rivalries to grow. You know, this is what derbies are for. You know, if you don't have rivalries in derbies, then there's no sparks in the game, you know. And, you know, look, come Saturday, I'm confident that our guys will pitch up well and fight this game out.
All right, Farouk Kadodia, as always, thank you so much for your time and good luck.
Thank you to you and all listeners. Good night.
All right, looking forward to that, man. Durban derby, Durban City up against AmaZulu. As we start to now refocus our attention into domestic leagues, both in the Bedway Premiership as well as on the global stage. Also, big shout out, Kaiser Mudawung Sr. I believe today turning 81. Getting younger and younger there, hey, Dr. K? And I suppose as the world celebrates a massive milestone from your side, your seat here in the studio is still pretty open.
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Bob him down. We're going to have chairman's chair though soon.
Chairman will come. Chairman will come.
Because as you can tell, look at the lines. Look at the lines. People want to engage, Mr. Mtaung.
He'll come. He'll come. You know, chairman is a patient man. And chairman respects his people. Chairman respects the supporters. Chairman respects football. Chairman serves football. Chairman.
2 years, Mr. Mtaung.
Chairman's life is around football. And I think the chairman will come at the right time and he'll come and spend time with you, Robert. Yeah. I think the chairman will do that.
#MSW.
Hey, Bobby Mdawung, we waiting, boss. We waiting. Want to celebrate. The chairman want to chat to him about so many different things, but you know what? Right now, let's focus on the blessing that we do have with the great leadership at football across the board. Senior leadership, especially within the league, as we talk about the birthday of Dr. Kaizer Motaung. Ably led as far as the chairman of the league is concerned, Dr. Ivan Khoza. So, hey, the way forward, guys, is the way forward. Betway Premiership underway this weekend. This has been Marawa Sports Worldwide, probably brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
The thrill, the drama, the action. Let the game begin. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets. #MSW. Live now on 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM and Soweto Live. At the same